knowledge, mentorship, and human success. Dr. Rana has published empirical papers in leading international published journals based on modeling and analysis of primary data, developed strategies, and consulted companies on people projects and policy analysis. He has also won awards for excellence in experiential teaching, and his current research interests include the integrated world of Sustainable Development Goals. Also, Dr. Rana is an experienced market researcher and a data scientist with a proven history of working in the research and media industry. Very, very proud and very happy to have him today with us in Global Education Network to share with us the experience about leadership in education in the future. Most welcome, Dr. Rana. Happy to have you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I especially want to give thanks Mohiuddin and Mr. Mohiuddin and all of his team members. Sorry, first I would like to want to say sorry because I'm in a conference in the park in Australia. So that's why there are some noise because I told Mr. Mohiuddin that I have to travel from one place to another place, one research lab to another research lab. So it's maybe a hat trick for me, but hopefully I can add some values. Especially when we discuss about leadership, this is very important and interesting aspects for us. Recently, I just finished some two interesting institution development, one in Dubai, what it called Khalifa Rashid bin Maktoum Knowledge Foundations. Another one in Australia with the Western Australia government. I developed this research and innovation lab. So when do we focus on research and innovations and developing the talent economy? You know that I'm president and founder of Talent Economy. That time, this leaderships and education is very important. And when we thought about the leaders, there is a two specific point. One point is problem solver. Another point is critical thinkers, and another point is design thinkers. These are the three ways the modern leaders are developing. And this way, they are solving all of the critical components around the world. So, here are some specific discussions. I will discuss about the leadership and charisma, how to build charisma, what the charismatic leaders do, example of the charismatic leaders, source of different kind of charisma, positive effective of the charismas, negative effects, and theoretical perspectives of the charismatic leaderships. When I discuss about leaderships, there are more things like charismatic test. There are comparison between managers and leaders, and there is a 5 steps of effective leaderships. Let's say right now, Singapore and Dubai, these are the most smartest cities around the world. Economically, financially, real estate wise, tech progressive wise, most advanced cities they have. Australia has most sophisticated and systematic approach they have, what I am in part. So I just want to add that when we focus on this charismatic leadership, you look this Rashid bin Maktoum, how he made his thought process positive for the people, positive for the global community, positive for their communities. He built the cities with his charismatic approach, and then every day, 100,000 people, they visit Dubai. So if we have very good problem solver, design thinker, if you know that previously Dubai was a desert, some of the fishermen, they live there, but now it's one of the richest communities and the happening cities in Dubai. So that's why when we thought about the leadership charisma, this is very, very important because leaders have the ability to influence the people. What is very much important to learn from the education system. Most of the cases, our education system, they do not teach how to be a good leaders. Rather, they teach how to be a good follower. So in that particular issues, I want to give a definitions. Charisma has a specific definition. It is the quality that makes people want to follow you. People will discuss about you. People will follow your policy. People will follow your ability. It is also ability to inspire and influence without the use of different kind of logical issues. So how to build a charisma when we discuss about futuristic leaders in the educations? Because this is the things you will not get it in the book. This is the things you will get it from the leadership approach, from the much people, from the practical world, from the industry, from the academia, from the government leaderships, from the politics. You will get this kind of things. So for that particular issues, you need to be very much interested to develop your leadership approach. You need a very good credibility to act as a credible leader. We have to deliver sincere compliments, state what you are for, not against, extend respect, accept sincere community. Look, when we want to say about leadership, it's not like to hunt people money or resources. It's rather share your knowledge, your view, and your respective approach to the people. Example, Mahathir bin Mohammed, he was a charismatic leader for Malaysia, and he built up Malaysia, and it's become a very good example for all of the peoples around the world. So naturally, if you do a detailed research of this different kind of political leaders or the institutional leader, even for a scientist, example, Nikola Tesla was a great leader in the scientific area. He innovated more than 307 products. A charismatic leader naturally idealized visions of the future. So you need to understand how to create vision for you, for your society, for your communities. Without visions, you cannot be a good leader in your education system. Then you have to inspire trust using faith and hope. You need to be very much trustworthy. People need to trust you. That's why I encourage education system. Always you need some courses in terms of ethics and practical ethical issues. Even though if you are from engineering background or from business background or from nano engineering backgrounds, you need to learn ethics. Without ethics, people cannot be a good leader. Super communications. Communication skill is a very important aspects, because when you have to communicate, you need to understand the people perception. You need to understand the views of the people. So if you are a very good communicators, then you can engage with the community. That's why I encourage in the education system doing debate, doing TED talk, organizing open dialogue, and develop more case study in the classroom. Engage in emotional appeal. Look, every country, maybe there are 20 people or 27 people from 27 countries attending to the sessions. Fact is how we can engage with the emotions. So AI basically using on that particular area. You know, in the US elections, if you go to this Donald Trump and Biden elections, this Biden camp, they use AI in the social media to creating emotional engagement in these election procedures. Let's say today I was in 3 different labs, one for mining, one for oil and gas, and another for developing robotics and cybersecurity. So now the major things of AGI to creating emotional engagement. So a good leader, he has to know how to utilize the technology and human progressions in a same way. So this is some of the very, very practical research, behavioral research happening around the world, and we need to improve. Let's say Nelson Mandela was a great leader. in South Africa. So how he become the charismatic leaders? It can be a case study in the classroom. Then student can understand how to be a good leader. In the they can do research, they can engage with the culture, they can read books, they can go for secondary research, they can go for survey, and they can understand. So what he said, if you want the cooperations of the human around you, you must make them feel they are important. And you do they by being genius and humble. Humbleness is very important. And around the communities, we need to respect all of the people' opinion. This is also important in that particular area. I want to bring more example of the good leaders. Let's say there is a big comments. I have a dream. The long history of the racial injustice in America and encourage his audience to hold their country accountable to its own funding promise of the freedom, justice, and equalities. Look, I have a dream. This is a concept, a philosophical component. So at present education system, we do focus on that particular area. In the education system, you need to go for detailed understanding of the emotional engagement of the people. Then we can example an approach. Let's say Barack Obama. What he said, he was a great leader from USA. If you work hard and meet your responsibility, you can get ahead no matter where you come from, what you look like, or who you love. Working hard and focus on your work and objective is very, very important. But unfortunately, the leaders of the present communities, we do more focus on money, we do focus on monetizations and achieve a power. So we need to be very much careful about that issues. So there are different kind of charisma sources we have. It's a personal power is the main source of charisma. If you have the personal powers, you can show this the charisma. How you gain the power? You gain power through love, through respect, through caring of the people. Special knowledge. Knowledge is important. That's why I move around the world. I move from Dhaka to USA, in Dubai, some point in China, then Australia, because knowledge is important. I always encourage you be focused on knowledge. Knowledge actually give you the specific opportunity to develop yourself. Let's say, example, when I go back to Bangladesh, then I can guide my, let's say, garments industries. Look how AI integrated in the mining industry of Australia. You can follow this model and design the new model for your development. Then the new industry 5.0 may come. So special knowledge is important as well as expertise. I cannot do everything. We have to be a good leaders with a specific knowledge. Maybe you can be AI expert. Maybe you can be cybersecurity expert. Maybe you can develop, you can be a social scientist. You can be an economist. So that is also important. So positive effect of charisma, trust the leaders, have affection for the leaders, emotional involvement in the goal and mission leaders, being to be emotional involvement in the goals and missions of the leaders, being to be hold, believe in the similar of the thousands of the leader, identify with the attempts to copy the leaders, extra role of commitment. These are the very, very important factors or positive effect of the charisma. You can create trust, you can create a good emotional involvement, you can hold the real leadership approach, and you can develop a good commitment from the people. Also, there are some negative impact. Everything do not have only positive things. Deceptions, manipulation, mistreatment of followers. Some point when you care about peoples, they may manipulate your process. They may disrespect you. They can convince the follower to take a great and sometimes deadly risk. Sometimes, if you are not a honest and sincere leaders, you can take this approach. You can may lead the followers to illegal and unethical or social irresponsibilities, and followers may give of thinking for themselves to blindly obey leaders. So emotional engagement with the work is important, but definitely the followers need some process to follow the leaders. So creating trust is important, and trust comes from ethics of the leader. So there is a perspective of charismatic leadership. First, we have to go for framing, a quality of communications that accuse the cause others to accept other meaning over another's. We can go for scripting, the development of the set of directions that define the skin specific the actors to be last cast. Staging, charismatic leader stagements their performance. And then we focus on the performance, showtime. The charismatic leader stages the stage, ends, script, dialogue, and set up the frame to construct their charismatic leaders. So there are some sort of test I can run in the room. So charismatic test can help you to understand your presence in the room. Do people tend to notice when you walk into a room? Can you keep calm when those around you to lose their temper? Are you comfortable with the idea of being a group leader? Are you able to energize a group without your enthusiasm? Do you believe that almost any situation can be changed for the better? Also, would you describe yourself as being open to conventional idea? Do you find it easy to simplify complicated idea? Would you describe yourself as being passionate about the area of your life? Do other people tend to deserve you as expressive? Do you find it easy to hold other people's attention when you are walking in front of them? So this is the way you can understand you become the charismatic leaders or not. But how come in the classroom we invite, let's say, 10 to 20 students, and we want to figure out the leadership in our education system? That's why I believe that University of Cambridge, how they're producing the education system head to head, one teacher, one student. Even in the Japan, in I University, where I am doing research, I'm working as a director. So they have 800 students, 1600 faculty. So develop a leaders in the education systems in the futuristic views is a very diplomatic approach, very difficult approach we need to understand. So in terms of evaluation, your leadership capabilities, you have to be a very good listener. You need to perform very well, and you need to be trustworthy. And for that particular issues, you have to be risk taker. You have to be competitive. You need to develop your due diligence. And definitely you need to be target oriented. You need a objective, what objective you want to achieve. And you need to be a creative and reliable. People need to trust. Trust is the most important factors for futuristic leadership in education system. Beside that, you have to go for self-confidence, responsible, and open-minded. Discipline is the most important factor for you. So when we go as a good leader in our education system, we need to teach our students how to be disciplined in his work. You have to be moderate and patient. You have to be innovative. Innovation is always important, especially for the third world education system. I encourage you to being a motivators and innovative. Without innovations, you cannot solve any problem. That's why focusing on research and innovation is the key component in the education factors. You need to be optimist, and you need to develop the ability of self-control. Beside that, logical argument always important, productivity, passionate always important. You need to be credible, proactive, respective, mature, ambitious, and smart. Look, Smartness is not the things that is mandatory, but it will be helpful for your efficiency and effectiveness. Let's say this platform has a very good ability because you have a smart approach. We are from around the world. We use our internet and platform, and we come together and we discuss together. So we have to be a good leader, not only a manager. In the local and education system, we find that most of the people focus on be a good manager. So good managers always select the best methods to implement. But leaders always select the do the best. Managers focus on effectiveness. Leaders focus on influence. Managers only focus on manage. Leaders focus on creates. Manager only focus on maintain and keep. Leaders focus on develop. Manager focus on system and structure. Leaders focus on people. Manager only focus on depend on control. But leaders always focus on trust. Managers go for systemized and utilize the resources. But leaders always give you a clear directions. Manager give you short-term visions. Leader give you long-term visions. Also, manager always go for ask how and when. And leader always go for the question, what and why. Manager always accept the existing situation. Leader challenges the existing situation. Manager focus on present time. Leader focus on future time. Also, we do focus on develop as a manager, develop steps and detailed schedules. Leader focus on vision and strategy. So this is very much important for our community, for our education system. Develop visions and develop strategy. One of the schools in UK, they produce 11 prime minister, including Jawaharlal Nehru, Winston Churchill, and everyone. I asked these principals that how you produce 11 prime minister from your schools. He asked me, what do you think? I said that maybe you have better curriculum, maybe you have better education system, maybe you have better industrial approach. The principal said, no, we only create the vision for my student. Rest of the things they do. So a good education institution must need to develop vision for their students, strategy for their students, and they will develop rest of the things. So a good leader has 5 steps in the modern education system to be an effective leader, to increase employee loyalty, to improve performance. And definitely you have to go for the fasting, learn to lead, how to learn your system, teach your team how to think positively, help them understand the strategic vision of your organizations. Examine expectations. Employees want to see the result of their hard work. To share success, but most of the managers are result oriented. They want to achieve their target. They do not care about anything else. Step 3, be a good listener. I want to give thanks all of my audience because you are a very good listener, and provide accurate informations to your people. For advanced leadership, step 4 is respect people or employee feelings. The more you respect people's feelings, emotions, you will get more loyalty. Number 5, never stifle personal growth or innovations. Encourage general growth and innovation. Some people criticize mistakes. Some other people suggest solutions. The best is all your team is help your team and find their solution and implement it. If you have any question for that particular things, you can ask me. I have another slide. If you have time, I can present, or if you think that that's enough for today, I can close this session.
There is time, and I do believe the people are waiting for your slides. Thank you. You can
Okay.
continue.
Okay, sir, no problem, sir. You can show your next slide. Excellent, excellent presentation and excellent information about leadership. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, you can share your next slide, sir.
Okay. Okay, can you see the slides, please?
Yes.
Okay. The most important factor is communications. Be a productive academicians, or being a good researchers, or being a good leaders. Communication is very important. So for leaderships, communication, this is very, very important, that how we can improve the communication style of ourselves. What is communication? Is the process of by which information and understand are transferred between sender and receiver. But as a leader, you have to communicate in different way. Is the process by which information and understand are transferred between sender and receiver. So how a leaders communicate? Leaders means communicating with others in such a way that they are influenced and motivate to perform action that further common goals and lead toward desired outcome. So when you communicate as a leaders, you have to understand that you have to inspire your people. So you have to go for management communications. The traditional role of manager is that of information process. They only process the informations. Manager spends some 80% of each working day in communication with others. Managers communicate fact, statistics, and decision. Leaders often communicate the big picture visions rather than the fact piece of information. A leader can be seen in communication champion. So how you become a communication champion? The more you understand people, the more you have improved your analytical skill. Not only communication, your analytical skill. You have to improve the ability of your analysis. You become a good communication champion. A communication champion enables followers to live their vision is day-to-day activities. Creating an open communication climate. Leaders sharing all type of information throughout the company across all levels. To build an open communications climate is important. Always create a good open communication model. People throughout the organization need a clear direction and understanding of how they can contribute. Trust is an essential element in the effective leaders-follower relationship. You have to be very honest. What is team? A unit of two or more people who interact and coordinate with their work to accomplish a shared goal or purpose. How team develop? Forming. Stage of them developments that includes orientation and getting acquainted. Norming, stage of them development in which individual personalities and conflict emerge. Storming, stage of team development in which the conflict have been resolved and team unity emerges. performing stage of team development in which the major emphasis is on accomplishing the team goal. So you need a functional team, you need a cross-functional team, and self-directive. When people are educated enough, they go for self-directions. So what is functional team? Team made up for the supervision and subordinates in the formal chain of command. Cross-functional team make up the members from different functional development within the organizations. Self-directions team made up of the members who work the minimum supervisions and rotate jobs to produce a complete product or service. Remember, when you develop your class, you have to understand the characteristics. One of the leader's most important job is to design right by considering such characteristics as size, diversity, and interdependence. The quality of a team design has a significant impact on the success of team. I always say, I believe that what I learned from the Cambridge University head-to-head is a good example. Team should be large enough to take advantage of the skills as well as understanding your facilities and everything. So what is the meaning of the small team and the large team? I always believe the small team always good. Show more agreement, ask more questions. Small team means exchange more opinion. Members feel a greater sense of cohesiveness and belongingness, and they can produce more satisfactory report. On the other hand, large team have more disagreement and different opinions. Subgroup often form and conflict among team may occur. Demands on leaders increase because there is less member participations and less friendly, and members do not feel that they are not part of a cohesive community. Diversity, always important. Why your platform is so interesting? Because you have diversified people from different countries. When different diversified people come together, they become more productive. If you go Amazon, if you go Google, if you go Microsoft, if you go Alibaba, everywhere there is a diversified and cultural people engaged together. So team requires build a variety of skill, knowledge, and experience. Diverse within a team can be a source of creativity. It also can provide a healthy level of disagreement that spark innovations. Despite the value of some conflict that is too strong or is not ended appropriately, tend to have difficult learning to work well together. Team made up racially and culturally diverse members, which is important. Interdependence. It is the extent to which team member depends on each other for information, resources, idea to accomplish their task. Most of their tasks gone independently. So remember, you have to build up a very good team. You have to share the informations. You have to be productive. You have to be innovative, and you have to be problem thinker and design thinker. Conflict is a major problem in the team. Opposite interaction in which one party attempts to ruin the intentions of the goal of another. So you have to solve it. Team conflict, there is the increased potential of the conflicts among team others because of the greater chances of miscommunication and misunderstanding. Whenever people work together in the team, some conflicts is inevitable. Bringing conflict out into open and effective resolves them in one of the team leaders' most challenging job is a factor. Cause of conflict. Leaders can be aware of several factors that cause conflict among their teams. Conflict is emerged when a task responsibility is unclear. Whenever teams compete for unlimited resources such as money, information, supplies, conflict is almost inevitable. On the other hand, another reason for the conflict is simply because individuals and teams are pursuing conflicting goals. So there are different reasons the conflict comes. That is the most important and challenging part of leadership. Sometimes it's happened two or more people do not get along with one another. Sometimes the only solution is to separate the parties and reassign them to other team where they can be more productive. Style of the handle conflict. The team as well as individual develop specific style for a specific conflict based on their desire to satisfy. How an individual approach conflict is measured along with two dimensions. Effective leaders and team members vary style to fit a specific situation. Creating vision, strategic leaderships. What is strategic leadership? The ability to anticipate and envision the future, maintain flexibility, think strategically to initiate changing that will create a competitive advantage for the organization in the future. It's responsible for the relationship external environment to choose about vision, mission, strategy, and their implementation. Leadership visions, it can be thought of a dream for the future. It is also more than a dream. It is an attractive, ideal future that is credible yet not too readily attainable. Do you have a personal vision of your futures? Always I say, vision is important. What you see that Barack Obama or example Nelson Mandela or Mahatma Gandhi or Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman or all of the leaders has great visions. That's why they become successful. What vision does? It links between today and tomorrow. Serve to energize and motivate to the employee towards the futures and set standard for excellence and integrity in the organizations. Remember, if you do not have objective to become an excellent team or excellent people, you cannot improve leadership skills. Always you need to develop a desire that you want to be champion. You want to go to the excellence level. Then you achieve it. They have broad, widely shared appeal. They help organization deals with change. They reflect high ideas. They define both the organization destinations and basic rule to get others. And they encourage faith and hope for the future. Also, you need a mission. Without missions, your team cannot be successful. The organization core, board purpose, and reason for existence. To identify the company's core value and reason for the beings. Mission is what an organization stands for, large sense. So what mission does? The mission persists in the fact of changing technology and economic conditions. The mission is made up to two critical parts, the core value and the core purpose. There are four approach leaders take in farming an organization purpose that helps people feel they are work. Leaders is about the people. Remember, you have to be very much people oriented. You need to ability to discovering the things. Many people are inspired by opportunity to find and create something new. Discover for what own shake can serve as a noble purpose. Let's say Nikola Tesla, Einstein, all of them a great scientist. That's why they are a good leaders. This type of purpose inspires people to see the adventure in their work and experience the joy of pioneering and entrepreneurial spirit. Excellence. Believe in excellence. Never go for a mediocre purpose. If only focus on mediocre activities, you never be champion. Always focus on excellence. With this approach, leaders focus people on being the best both on an individual and organization. Excellence is defined by the work itself rather than the customer. In companies with excellence as a guideline purpose, managers and employees are treated as valuable resources. People are motivated by the opportunity to intrinsic rewards and personal fulfillment. Altruism. The type of purpose is to increase personal happiness. Focus on spiritual improvement, personal happiness. When people see about you, they feel happy. People innovate and find new solutions to the problem. Heroism. People dream about hero. Be a good hero for your students. The company purpose is based on being strong and aggressive and effective. Bill Gates embodied Microsoft with the goal of putting them Windows operation system into the every personal computers. Then he become hero for them. If you have any question, you can ask me. That's all for today. Thank you.
Wonderful, Dr. Rana. Wonderful. I can see today the leadership topic taking from another corner, from emotional intelligence, from humanity, from heroism, from wow. Hats off to you. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful and very, very well structured presentation. Thank you once again. If someone has any question, please feel free to open your camera or microphone, or you can type in the chat box. I really loved the presentation.
dear
and
participant,
the way. Sorry.
dear participant, you can unmute yourself and you can open your video. And I have request to all participant, if you able to open your video, please open your video, and we need to take snapshot for our special moment, and especially this session, our attendance is very great. 76 up attendance is very great for us. Excellent presentation. Our proud of Bangladesh. Our especially my teachers.
Thank you. Thank you.
I said to him, he's my teacher, he's my mentor, and our mentor. And excellent presentation. Very informative, very excellent. Okay. Any question, dear participant, please? Okay, dear Corina, please you can take a snapshot for our attendance.
We have our photograph with us today, Mr. Sonu Kumar from India, Bihar. Okay. And he asked us, can we take pictures? Please, please do this. We are here for you. Really wonderful. I'm speechless.
Please, I want. Please.
Please. Yes.
Good evening, Ms. Hayat, Arabic DP teacher. I'm from Tunisia and I work in Sultanate Oman. I thank you for this information about leadership, but I have a question concerning the relationship between the leader and the team. If someone of the team feel that there is no added value for him, and if he want to add it, but the leadership didn't accept it from you, what is the solution in this moment?
Should I give the answer?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. In that situation, go for open dialogue. Open dialogue is a source of solutions for all of the things, solving the conflict, solving the leadership approach and follower approach. When you go for open dialogue, many things can be solved. Let's say, example, in Russia and Ukraine war, or the Gaza, like this Palestine and the Israel problems. I do not have any like any kind of things, but I have very straight issue that if everybody go for a open dialogue, open discussions, that time we can solve any problem. So dialogue is important. So that's why I want to encourage this kind of platform. Organize this kind of session more and more and more. Knowledge is the key to success. Even I do not know anything until I do not learn. So we have to go for lifelong learning. So I do believe that in your country, Tunisia, we are happy to organize academy, and we can open a knowledge resource centers, and where everybody can learn, everybody can grow, and we can help each other. Thank you.
True. And I will say,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I will say what you said actually in your presentation. Go on with open heart. Do everything with love.
Exactly.
And you will see the things will work better. Mr. Dungel.
Good evening, everyone. I am from Nepal.
Welcome.
Currently working as a college professor and also participating in leadership, managing and management role also. Concerning the reality that we know about the leadership, which is very important skill that we need to have. And the problem is that in organizations, there will be many people, those they can have different interests. Some people can have just opposite to the leaders. There will be difficult situation that we have to face because their interests and feelings may be different. Suppose if we have 40 members in the organizations, as a leader, to satisfy them, to lead them 40 people at once, because their feeling and interest will be different. How can we cope with the challenges for that?
Okay. I already give a solution in my presentation. Go for a small team. Small is beautiful. Less is more. So do not think that a person has the ability. Let's say I am an example. Let's say Mr. Mohiddin is a leader. He cannot lead, let's say, 100 people. But he can lead 5 people. And these 5 people can lead 25 people. These 25 people can lead another 75 people. So then you are leading 100 people in a same vision. So always focus on small things. Do not bring that.
That means we have to create the sub leader in that sense, because we have to create the leader.
More leaders. You need to create more leaders. That is the things for today's, right? Today's sessions. We have a plan to produce more leaders. Everybody should learn the leadership method. Everyone should learn. Anybody can be a leader in a team.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have a very, very wonderful question in the chat box. Mrs. Mobaraka, Mrs. I think so. I don't know who is. The idea of women are better leaders than men would be right. What is your opinion? Women are better leaders than men.
I'm very honest with you. Women actually very good leaders. I have one PhD on academic glass ceiling on women leaderships. Example, I'm in Australia right now. New Zealand Prime Minister, previous Prime Minister, she was a great leader, right? In the COVID situations. Austria, she's a great leader. Even in Bangladesh, we have Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. I want to say, even if you compare other men, because women has some sort of things, they have empathy, they have sympathy, they value the teams, and they focus on the job. So this is questionable. So we should respect people, respect human, not the gender. It can be man, it can be woman. Who can create trust for the follower, he can be a good leader. But in terms of the recent example, woman can be a good leader. Thank you.
Totally agree with you. And we have many questions from Mr. Khalid Kafi Mojo. Hello. Hello, Mr. Khalid.
Yes, hello. Are you getting me?
Hello. Yes, we can't hear you.
Hello. Thank you. Let me just open my video also.
Please.
Yeah. Yes, this is me. Thank you so much, Mr. Khalid. I'm called Khalid Kafi Mojo, a Sudanese by nationality, currently living in Kenya, a refugee. So Kakuma refugee camp. I'm based in that area. So I'm almost here 10 years ago because of the war that has run to Sudan. So I came here since 2014. Up to now, I'm in Kenya and basically in Kakuma refugee camp, almost the largest refugee camp in the world. So I am so blessed with the presentation and with about the presentation from our Dr. Sharif. I am amazing and amazing. I really learned a lot. And leadership is something that I'm dreaming of. So today I met this dear Sharif with all the wonderful presentation. I got I don't know how to say what to say next, but I really appreciate and being in this GNA or Global Education Network. I really learned a lot. You know, sometimes refugees are not given opportunities; they are limited. But now that I got this opportunity, I really appreciate. And I also my appreciation goes to the CEO of this GNA. So my question is that sometime I got this challenge in the leadership because I practice the leadership in my community. As currently, I'm also practicing a leadership in a school. I'm a teacher also by profession. I teach in a primary school where in the refugee camp, I also got some challenges, but that I used to handle. But my challenge comes when I handle some of the leadership in the community. I get some people don't respond. You can maybe call people for a certain something, but they don't respond. So I don't know how will you react on that. So Mr. Sharif can maybe answer that one. Sorry if I said something that.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
no problem. Please, your questions again. Again, your question, please. Mr. Khalid. Mr. Khalid.
He said that sometimes some people don't respond to your leadership, let's say, instructions or like that. Okay, I muted
I
him.
think I need a specific questions because it's a little bit of confusing. Just a specific question, like if people do not follow your instructions, something like that.
Yeah,
or...
something like that. I understood.
Yeah,
How you will
look,
solve the problem.
look. You have to be confident. If you have ethics, if you have expertise and knowledge, and if you have a great visions, I said in my presentations, then people gonna follow you. When you have a question, people do not follow me because maybe you are not prepared for leadership. Maybe you do not have enough knowledge and expertise. What Socrates said, know thyself. First, I have to know myself properly. Then I can be a good leader. When the same question come again and again, because I'm not confident enough, I do not have enough knowledge, I do not have enough courage, I do not have enough honesty and sincerity to achieve this objective, that time it will be problem. Thank you.
Thank you too. There was a lady, but I believe she lost the connection, or because I cannot see the hand up more. Yes, I can see now.
Yes.
Mahfuza
Mahfuza.
Akhtar.
Yeah,
Please.
thank you so much. My name is Mahfuza Akhtar, Senior Lecturer English, Kustia City College, Kustia. I'm from Bangladesh. So I have seen the programs, and by watching the program, actually it gives us more information on future leaderships. I have generated much more ideas, and this is very much successful because I'm a lecturer of college, so it will give me more thing. So I have a questions to Sir, Dr. Sharif Sir. Sir, you know that transformational leadership is one kind of leadership. Actually, how it could be more crucial in the digital era. Actually, I just want to know something. Actually, transformational leadership, because we are teacher, we have to be, we are guider, we are leaders, we have to educate our students. So in this way, you have already given us more information on leadership. Actually, it is more important in the era of in this year. Actually, in this So actually, how it could be. So, sir, please tell. Please could you understand us transformational
Thank you.
leadership? Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for your good question. Transformation leadership. Look, I think when I take another class, I told you about AI tutor. In Harvard University, we introduce AI tutor. So now, as a teacher, you have to face a lot of challenge. Transfer yourself. Either you transfer yourself or AI will take place on the transformation process. This world is changing so fast. I told you when I was in the three places, in the mining, in the well and gas constructions lab, in the cybersecurity lab, everywhere transformation happening in the education sectors, everywhere in the industry, everywhere in the government. So this is mandatory. You need to go for the approach for lifelong learning. You have to understand in the education system, AI tutor will be a great thing, and it will take place soon. AI is everywhere. So transformation is mandatory and you need to prepare for that. And how you can improve? If you have ethics, if you have vision, if you have a purpose-driven strategy, and you know how to execute it, then team will follow you and you will achieve the goal.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, brilliant. Mohyuddin, we should invite again and again Dr. Rana with us, because I do believe all the people are still here. You can see a lot of people who are not bored to listen to him. Thank you so much for this. Really appreciate, and by heart I can say you that your vision, it's my vision. Yes, we can do the same by heart, by transforming, but wonderful. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
There are
Thank
no
Yes,
more
yes,
questions.
dear Corina, just I want to say
I just want to give you, yes, to give
I
you the
want
floor.
to say another thanks to our Dr. Sharif sir. He is now in Australia. He is now in Australia, and we know that midnight here in Australia is midnight here. So in the midnight, he given me his valuable time for us, for our global education network, for our educators, for education and future generation. So just I want to request, dear sir, we will invite you again and again. Just said already, Corina, and we want to learn from you. We want to know from you, and we want to be informative, or we want to be equipped educators from you, and for our education, for our future generation, and for our global education network. Just in the last time, just I want to thanks to all who have joined with us and who have attended our today's session, who are trying to learning from our session, from our global education network, and trying to search for education across the globe or different types of country for our next generation. Okay, thanks to all, and especially thanks to especially thanks to our today's speaker, our today's moderator, and all of our today's attendants. Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's very interesting, and pray for me. Thank you.
God bless you, and God bless us. Have a good evening, and thank you once again.